Alright guys, let's go ahead and do a bonus for my fellow Aries out there, or Aries cross-watcher. There are so many trains today. There was a train that woke me up, like, I don't even know what time it was this morning. I'm like, you hear the train again? I just heard it in Libras. It's like another one, back to back to back. Trains. Train. Train could be significant here, or rain, because rain is in the word train. The rain in Spain stays mainly in the plain. Is that from My Fair Lady? I don't know. Anyway. Alright guys, yeah, this is our bonus. I know it's not going to be everybody's message, but here's what I'm getting. So, depending on what timeline you're on, we're all on different timelines here, and depending on your situation, like who this is, I'm going to get one like major overall message, and then we'll try to like break it down a little bit. Some of you, either this is you feeling this way, or you will, or you did, if it's past tense, or this is someone feeling this way, did feel this way, or will feel this way about you. Something about your presence in their life, or the presence of another. Just so I don't get confused, I'm going to say this is how another's feeling, or will feel, or did feel about you. But again, you could reverse this Aries or cross-watcher. So, I think that, well, we'll give a scenario. Let's say you have a person here who has had really bad luck. Okay, yay! Just really bad luck. I'm talking when it comes to love, specifically. Maybe even money, but I don't know. We'll talk about love only. Let's say they feel cursed. They straight up feel like they're completely cursed. They're just like, it hasn't worked out for them. You know, people say there's plenty of fish in the sea, but maybe we're allergic to all of them. I don't know. We've got an allergy to all those fish, or this person feels like that. Either way, whoever this individual is, they're a nail picker for sure. I can't stop picking up my nails. Or they're a nail biter or something. Or they're really strict on keeping their nails clean. But I feel like they're a nail picker. They pick at their nails. Anyways, this person has kind of felt like love is not been good to them, not been kind. Yeah, like maybe they've given up on it, or they have resigned to the idea that maybe not everybody here on this planet has a person. And this could definitely be you. I relate, right? to a degree, yeah. You know, I don't know, but and then all of a sudden, lo and behold, there's you. So now let's break it down. If this is someone who's already, like, they have a history with you, and this is someone, like, let's say from the past, just an example, we won't stay on that. It took them a while to realize that, like, you were the one. If this is someone completely new, which is what I feel mostly here, someone that maybe even you haven't met yet, not in person at least, they're going to come across you, if they haven't already at the point you're watching this video. Somehow this is someone who's going to come across you and be like jaw drop. I don't know, it could be because you guys end up, you think the same, you're available, they're available. You know, maybe they've been like talking to God or the universe or whoever they believe in, and being like, you know, whatever, all their deepest darkest thoughts on love. And the universe is hearing them, and all of a sudden you cross their path, or they cross your path, or you cross each other's paths, and they're kind of like you were totally unexpected. You are totally unexpected. It's like you just fell into their lap. You just fell right there on their doorstep. You just kind of, what? It's almost a little bit unbelievable. Like they don't even know. I mean, they might even all outright just kind of like, everything they've been thinking up to this moment, the moment they come across you, you come across them, or whatever, however it happens. Some of you, it's already happened, it just happened. They're gonna be like, wow. Like, it's almost like one of them Believe It or Not type things, like Ripley's Believe It or Not. It's like that type vibe, where and then they're not gonna act on it right away, because it's going to be so almost like, well, really out of nowhere. It's like getting sideswiped by the universe, but it's with you. and not expecting to have emotions for anyone, not expecting to meet anyone like you, or to even have a connection like this. Just this instant almost chemistry, and more than that, there's something to it. You know, it's almost like you were literally dropped into their lap. Like, is the world about to end? I mean, what's going on here? Is this really? I mean, I guess better late than never, huh? I mean, shit. That's how they're gonna feel, or you, if this is you. And anyway, then they're gonna sit with it for a little bit. They're gonna sit with it. They're not gonna act on it. They're not gonna like just have to tell you up front how they feel. They're gonna observe their own thoughts and feelings. This is a thinker for sure. This is a thinker. They're going to probably observe you somehow, and it's going to become clear to them, like, oh my God. Oh, it reminds me of a song that I picked up on like a week or two ago, and I think it was for Libra, a Libra message, where I said it was the song by Julie Andrews and whatever his name was, Bill something, and in the movie The Sound of Music. I cannot talk today. The sun's coming up. Can you tell it got brighter? Like comes up and then goes away, and then comes up and goes away. Where she says, somewhere in my youth or childhood, I must have done something good. It's almost like this is someone who's older. I feel they're older now, and it almost has gotten to the point where it's like, there's no way it's for me. Like, there's nothing in that bag for me. It reminds me of Dorothy from The Wizard of Oz. I know I'm switching, but it's just things are coming to me when she's like, oh, there's nothing in that bag for me, because like the Tin Man, the Cowardly Lion, everybody's getting gifts from the wizard, but like, where's her gift? You know what I mean? It's like that. Like, this is someone who's been waiting on their gift of love, their person, right? Well, I don't know if they've been waiting, but they did for a while. They've tried things out. They've tried relationships, the whole 9 yards. And I'm telling you, when I say it just doesn't work for this person, maybe it's you, maybe it's both of y'all. It just doesn't work. It hasn't worked. But what has worked is learning the lessons from it, right? Well, here you are. Here you are. You know, this is somebody who wasn't even, like, I really don't think they were looking. I don't think that they were looking. In fact, they could have been in the process of completely, like, giving up. I mean, spiritually, emotionally, mentally, just giving up. And here you are. I really can't get over that. It's like, here you are. Like, oh my God. Is this somebody realizing, either someone's going to realize, or right now is about to, or just did realize that they are deeply, like, you're the one. To them, they're like, is this the one? Is this the one? Is Aries the one? Vice versa. Or they're just meeting you for the first time, or they're just coming across you. They're just now being made aware of you on this planet, like they didn't know. So be like, isn't there a show where it's like two people left on the planet, like Last Man Standing, or I don't know. It's been a long time. And it was just like one guy, one girl, but then I think there ended up being more people later on. It's like that. If this was like one last guy on Earth, here comes the sun again. Doo-doo-doo-doo. Is it getting brighter? I can't tell. In here it is. I don't know if it's translating on the video. Oh, it's going away again. Here you go. In out, in out, in out. And, you know, they're just walking this lonely earth with the animals and everything, and just kind of really, settling with the idea of like, this is just what it is, you know. And then all of a sudden, here you are. Now, this could also, again, this could be you feeling this, like maybe someone, I don't know, maybe you got a person out there, Aries, and you may be like, don't scoff at me. You're gonna scoff at that and be like, please, like, I don't believe in the whole the one thing and all that. But what I mean by the one, I mean just someone who gets you, you know. Y'all can do whatever you want with that. We don't all gotta go get married. Some people, I think they came here to get married. Like, that's their story. You know, I can look at certain couples and I'm like, I believe in their love. I believe that like they were like meant to do that thing. You know, and some of us, we just didn't, or we're not. Some of us, I believe, you know, I believe in all different types of love. I believe in all different types of lifestyles, and I believe that we all came to be different and be ourselves, and not to fall in line and do things because it's everyone's dream, but because it's our own, right? I believe that we should do what we want to do, what we feel called to do, not because it's what our parents did or what society says we should do or what our country says is a dream. You know, it's what we feel is right for us, and to not feel like we're behind because we don't have what our neighbor does or what our friends do, or, you know what I'm saying? And so this is just our story. Our story is different. How do you know that some people that are living what seems like the dream and the average stability life, what that looks like, how do we know that they're not looking on us for being these free spirits and being the ones who choose differently to love and choose maybe not to get married or choose to do more of a hand fasting than legal or whatever we choose? How do we know they're not thinking on or looking on us thinking, wait a second, that's even an option? My ear is ringing. Maybe they thought the way that they chose was the only way that things were supposed to be because they were also programmed. So you never know. Either way, we're staying in our bubble. We're kind of doing our own thing. We're going through this life, finding what, discovering what makes us happy, what we want, and here it is. Now, some of us, we're not ready for that. We're not in the place we want to be at financially, spiritually, emotionally. Some of you guys could be fresh out of divorces, fresh out of relationships. Some of you, you just don't have time. You just quite honestly don't have time. Some of you are wanting to wait till your kids are older so you don't introduce new people, whatever. But this is where we don't have to put pressure on anything. Why do we have to put pressure? Because we could die tomorrow. Okay, then we die tomorrow. You know what I'm saying? It's like no fear here, right? No fear. What's the point in it? Really, genuinely. We'll cross the bridges when we get there. If it happens for us, it happens for us. If it doesn't, it doesn't. And that's precisely when it fucking happens. My ear is ringing. Something's in here. Somebody's in here. It's like, hello. I'm like, really? So right when I fully surrender to God, the universe, the divine, my creator, whoever, right when I surrender, period, and I say, I'm not been out of shape, I'm not stressing it, I'm not wondering, I'm not worried, I'm not, even not just about love, but anything, like, this is my life. All I can think about is right now. I can't really focus on what's happened. Sure, everybody else is going to want to, yeah, and then weaponize it against you. I can't focus on it. All I can focus on is this moment that I'm in right now. Every word I'm saying right at this moment, me sitting here right now, because the next second is not promised. I could drop dead right now in this bed. What am I going to worry about? It's not saying I don't have, certain wants and things for my life, but I'm not going to get bent out of shape about them. I'm going to pace myself, and life will present to me what it's meant to present to me. What is meant to be mine will be mine, and what I will cross paths with, I will cross paths with, and not a second before I'm meant to. So for us, no matter how this goes, reversed or it is your message and it's someone who's gonna, it's like you're being revealed to them. That's why the clouds keep doing that in the sun. Roll with it. Maybe even that's what someone's gonna really love about you is how you just kind of roll with it. There's no pressure. There's no, I'm worried because I'm not where I'm supposed to be. What do you mean where we're supposed to be? What does that even mean? I'm sure some people might look down on some of us like that and be like, oh, that Aries or that cross watcher is so unstable and that's why their life is the way it is. And it's like my life is the way what? Free? I'm free. I'm just me. My life is supposed to look like this or it wouldn't. It wouldn't. It's my story. So you're trying to tell me your story is better than mine? That's your story. Your life is supposed to look exactly the way it's looking right now, apparently. But that's not even for me to know. That's for you to know. And I'm right where I need to be. So maybe to the outside world, and maybe to society, and maybe to our parents, and maybe to our friends, and our neighborhood, and maybe to our work colleagues, like whatever, we are, wild, and we're whatever. I mean, we're not even concerned with it, what they're thinking, because that doesn't matter in the grand scheme of things. They are only thinking from their own perspective and their own. We're not even worried about any of that. We're just taking every day, step by step, moment by moment, and living. Like, that's living. I'm not stressing, I'm not fearing, and I'm not worrying. I'm just all in one big moment, really. The past, the present, and the future is right now. And someone's going to see that in you and be moved. Oh, they're going to be moved. Or you are. We are. And that's beautiful. Move us out of our stagnancy. Move us like the wind. Move us to change us, to open us. There's something about you that is really warm to another person. They find you to be warm and comforting. Whereas maybe when they connect to other people's energy, they feel a bit more chaotic. They feel a bit more stressed because maybe there's this comparison that they're doing with others, like, I'm not where my friends are, or why don't I blah blah blah, and this and that. Maybe they've been too strict on things, or too hard on themselves, or too specific, like this is how life has to be, it has to be like this, and that's fine too. Listen, some people believe that if you set your intentions, it's going to be exactly like that, but that's their story. I'm not against that either. I feel like that's their thing, but for me, I've tried to do that. I've tried to do a lot, and I think what's got me to where I am right now in my life is I've just kind of surrendered to everything. Like, I don't have too much intentions anymore. I have things that I want and things that I would like, and the universe, my creator, knows that, but also I am completely open to whatever, because sometimes what I've thought was for me, or should be for me, not sometimes, more often than not actually, was not for me at all, and was, I didn't know best. And so yes, I can have intentions all day, but I try to have like I'm adopted. I talk about that a lot. I would really like to talk about it more. I think that that's something I could really help people with, because I know from my experience, like from my perspective and my experience, maybe I could really help people in that way. That's something I really want to get into, probably. I think there's not a lot of adopted people that talk about it, and really talk about it. We're a different breed. But anyway, I don't want to get off on that too much. What I want to say is about that, and along those lines, I lost my train of thought. I totally lost my train of thought. I think what I was trying to say was something along the lines of our intentions, and I totally forgot. I hate when that happens. Well, I wasn't meant to. Maybe it'll come to me later. Some people say if it wasn't important, but was it? I don't know. Maybe it just wasn't the time. Anyway, we're just going to keep moving forward. I could sit here and stress it, right? Maybe that's just our lesson, but I'm not. Somebody is going to really love that you don't, when they're connecting to your energy, you don't make them feel worried or stressed. You don't make them feel like they should be somewhere different in their life than they are right now. It's because you don't feel that way. Now, if you do, this might be reversed. Do you know how bent out of shape I used to be about things like, oh, I want more children, or I want this type of marriage, and this type of life, and this type of home, and this type of success, and this type of... But seriously, the more that I'm around my family as they're aging, and the more that I sit with all the poor decisions that I've made in my life, and how am I even still here? How am I still here? All the near-death experiences, all the spiritual deaths that I've had, the more I realize I can want all day, and I can have intentions all day, but I find a lot of stress in that. That's just for me personally. I find a lot of stress in that, and a lot of worrying, and I get really hard on myself if I get in that mindset. So what I find makes me be able to relax and be more present, that's a big one, being present, is to realize that it's called something actually. I think maybe the monks practice this. Somebody practices this where you are consciously, like you are daily, hourly, momentary, like you are, by every second you are mindful of death. Some people couldn't live like that. They would say that's very negative. Oh my God. But I think it's extremely powerful to be present and to know that every single second could be our last, and to think of it every moment of every day, because it helps you stay present. It helps you stay very thankful of every breath that you take, and the fact that you are breath itself. You are, breath is life. Every moment is important, because every moment could be our last. And I don't know, maybe someone's going to come across you who's been stressing about love and that they don't have it yet in their life or something. And if this is someone who you already have a history with, you were the one that made them feel the most accepted and most comfortable, though at the time they didn't maybe realize that or something. Because maybe you were different at the time. Maybe you were different. Let's see, what is the practice called where you are constantly mindful of death? Oh, I knew it. It's called, I'm gonna pronounce this wrong, Maranasati. I'm saying that wrong, I know. It's called Mindfulness of Death, Death Awareness. It is a Buddhist meditation practice of remembering, frequently keeping in mind that death can strike at any time, and that we should practice assiduously, apamara, and with urgency in every moment, even in the time it takes to draw one breath. It is a real thing. I'll screenshot this and try to remember to put it in the video. Yes, this is it's beautiful, I think. And when I read about this a while back, I was like, wow. But imagine how many people probably would not feel comfortable doing this, because we're all running from it. We're all trying to distract ourselves from it, but it is inevitable. So I think it's absolutely beautiful too. And to, well, it helps me having anxiety. Like, it helps me, because I'm really kind of awful at worrying and stressing. I don't have it all together. Not even close. I think it's like a daily thing, really. I know it's a daily thing for me. I mean, sometimes I stress so much about feeling behind and like, where am I at in my life right now, and why does sometimes shit seems to slow down so slow for me, and then other times it's speeding up, and then it's slowing down, and it's like, what do you want from me, God? Like, what do you want from me, universe? What do you want from me, creator? What do you want from me, ancestors? Like, why am I here? You know, do you think I don't think those things? Oh, I absolutely think those things. So I don't have it all figured out. It's just something that, it really is a daily thing, like having to wake up and really remind myself, just don't worry about it. What are you gonna worry about? What is that doing for you? That's where I'm at right now. So someone's gonna see that in you, come across you, and you know, you might be surprised, or they're gonna be surprised that you're feeling the same way they are. Like, maybe they've reached this point right now in their life, and you're just kind of coming across each other. And again, though I am basing this off of romantic love and that type of connection and chemistry, you and this person can run with that whatever direction you want to. You can decide to never even have sex together. You can decide to get married and have 17 babies. You can decide to move in together and never get married. You can decide to talk only on the phone or on the internet and never meet in person, but admit you're in love with each other over time. I don't know what you're going to decide to do. That is a between you and this person thing. Some of you may be like, is this real? Is this coming? Doesn't this feel more real than anything I've probably ever said? Because there's no pressure. There's no pressure. Love is very open and is very free and understands the importance of individuality and presence, like right now, being in the now. To sum up this message, basically, Aries or Aries cross watcher, you or another have, are currently, or are about to come across an individual who is very like-minded. Neither of you, or one of you at least, is not looking. I don't feel either of you are. And it's going to be refreshing, like a breath of fresh air, that you're not the only one on the planet right now who thinks the way you do, who sees things the way you do, and who really just doesn't want to stress things, who just wants to be in the now and love that way. No expectations, no pressure, no ideals, and no specific outcomes, and loyalty in that. Commitment can be found in openness and freedom. You can be committed to freedom. We could say all day we're committed to the future, but if it doesn't exist, how committed are we? It's when we're really committed to right now that's commitment. Because it's all we have. It's all that we know we have. We can only really be certain in the now. At least that's what I feel. That's what I feel. That's where I'm at right now. So for whoever I'm picking up on, nope, it doesn't seem like you're alone. Seems like there's somebody else here on this planet, at least, that y'all are about to meet or something, or did, or will, or whatever. Meet somehow. I don't know. If it'll be in person, I don't know. That's up to you and this person. And remember, we don't have to tarnish it with what the world tells us we have to do with it. We do what we want to do with it. And we go at our own pace. And it's not really about the destination after all. It's really about right now. That's all we got. And I'm becoming more aware of that every day that passes, that my grandma gets closer to leaving this earth. It could be me before her. What do I know? Some days she has really bad days with her dementia, and some days she is sharp as a whip. I mean, not really, but you know, she has really good days. Some days good as can be. I mean, you know, considering where she's coherent and, you know, yeah. But it's really important. Like last night when I was taking her to bed, because my mom just had her second knee replacement surgery. She can't do anything right now. I forgot to roll my grandma in there and tell her goodnight, and my mom reminded me when I was helping my mom get in the bed. She was like, "Oh, you forgot to bring Mama in here." And I was like, "Oh man." So I put my mom in my grandma's wheelchair and wheeled her in my grandma's room so she could tell her goodnight, because you just never know, you know. And then that would have been on her forever. So instead of getting my grandma back out of bed, because you got to kind of tuck her in there so she don't get up, but she's not getting up anymore. She's at that stage, you know, she's not getting up anymore. But for a while she was getting up. Sometimes that can happen with dementia patients. At least that's what I've been noticing. And so anyway, I brought my mom in there, long story short, and so she told her goodnight. And because we're living in the now, you know, it's such a beautiful place to be. Some might look at it as really negative and stunting, but no, I feel do you know how relieving it is to not worry? Doesn't mean we can't have goals and visions. I have mine. I do. I definitely have mine, and I'm telling you, my creator knows it. It's just I'm not going to worry about when or even if. I just put it out there, and I know that if it is something I'm meant to have, it will happen for me, and if it's not, it won't. It is what it is. Eventually, I'm going to be out of here, and I won't remember anything. I'll be gone. So whatever. Really. But alright guys, this is beautiful. I think this is a romantic love message. Everything about it is romantic. No stress. Thank you for being here. I'm stopping this video and I see 30-30. Now I see 30-33. 333 could be really specific for you guys, or 33. Alright, talk to you later. Bye.